Like
That
a
is-
tiger painted on a belly. That traumatized me.
Ciao, Baltic babes!
This is Brigita.
And Gokul.
And today we're going to talk about
Midsummer!
or Jāņi or Ligua in Latvia.
Yes, as we call it in Latvia.
So, Gokul, what do you think? What's your Latvian name?
What's my Latvian name?
Because I
Ooh,
asked ChatGPT because I was interested
Okay.
in your.
I think my Latvian name, since my name starts with a G, is probably like Gunnars or Guntars or something.
No, it's actually Dainis.
That has nothing to do with my name.
I don't know. I just asked ChatGPT, so it's it's what came up. Dainis. That's your name.
Dinus.
Do you know Daina? Do you know what it means?
No.
It's actually a folk song
Okay.
or a folk poem, you know, and we call it Dainas for some whatever reason.
So folk poems are called Dinus.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of saying tautas dziesmas, we say Dainas.
Okay, interesting. What is your Indian name? Did you check that on ChatGPT too?
Of course.
I love that.
It's Devi.
You mean Devi?
Yeah, whatever. Devi. What's the
Devi.
difference?
Oh, like you don't have long E's that are pronounced two different ways. You're like, what's the difference? Devi and Devi. You have the E with the long thingy, and the same letter is pronounced two different ways.
You know, it sounds similar to Dievs, which is a god.
Devi is actually a female goddess, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually very similar.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, because Latvian comes from this Indian.
It's an Indo-European language. I
yeah.
think there's some similarities to Sanskrit.
Yeah.
And the problem with
So that-
Latvian that I face when I'm trying to learn it is that you guys have cases like nominative, dative, locative, and all these kind of different cases.
Oh, you don't have that?
None of the languages that I know have that. I speak 3 languages, and out of those 3, none of them have it.
Yeah. I mean, Latvian is such an old language, so that's why I think it has that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you come from India.
Yes.
Do you have something similar to Jāņi?
I think the closest thing that we would have is Onam, which is a harvest festival in Kerala. That's where I'm from. So the idea is that during the harvest season, the farmers would harvest all the vegetables from their field, and then they would make a meal out of everything they've harvested. So it's a completely vegetarian meal, and it's served on a banana leaf with like at least 10-15 different things on the leaf.
But does it celebrate the solstice also? Is it around the
I
time
think it's
or
not around. It's not around the time. I don't know because geographical differences. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a little different.
yeah.
So for us, it's usually somewhere around end of August, September time, and that's the harvest season for us because geography and sun and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm actually like I'm so stupid. Is there like solstices in like around your country? Is there a solstice around?
I would love to tell you, but I don't know.
So we're both dumb. It's not necessarily.
The thing is, we don't have like this change. Well, at least where I come from, we don't have this thing where you have long days and long nights situation. Throughout the year, sun almost sets around the same time.
Oh, so you probably don't have.
Probably not, because we usually have the sun setting somewhere around 6:30, 7 p.m. Every day, all year round.
So what is your favorite traditions that you do during the harvest celebrations that you have?
Ooh. Okay, so I don't know if you do this for Jāņi, but we always buy new clothes for Onam. So we go shopping, we get new clothes.
Oh, it's a shopping festival. I love it. Can I come?
I can already imagine you in a South Indian sari just going to buy like. So you do a lot of shopping. You eat a lot of food. other traditions.
But
it's actually 10
vegetables.
days. Yeah, it's vegetarian. But obviously, there's different variations because with time, people change things. So now people are putting chicken on the leaf. They're putting other things on the leaf as well.
Okay.
It's actually 10 days.
10 days?
So Onam is 10 days, and we have this thing where you make a pattern out of flower petals on the floor, and every day you put another layer around it. So on the 10th day, it's a full 10-layered giant flower design.
Oh, do you have national holidays at that time?
In the south, we have, I think, 3 of the central days of the 10 days are like national holidays. And the rest of it is still a celebration period. But for students, for all those people, it's like complete holidays, like 10 full days of holidays.
Fun. I should come. So basically, you're celebrating vegetables. Sorry, but we are celebrating a sun, a fire.
I can't. Okay, no, we're not celebrating vegetables. We're celebrating the harvest season. We're celebrating the
harvest season.
Yeah, we're celebrating.
So basically, vegetables.
You do know that Latvians are pagans too, and they used to grow stuff too.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, so we too grow vegetables and we grow stuff, and when we get the stuff, we sell it and we make money. So harvest season is a big thing because the farmer culture, right? That's where it comes from.
Yeah, okay. So we celebrate sun, we celebrate fire during the Yani celebrations, and actually this year, it was the first time that I was celebrating the fire ritual, that I was doing a fire ritual. It was so much fun.
Where you jumped over the fire?
No, that's during Yani actually. Before the actual solstice, what they do, I mean, of course you could do it during the Lego night, right? But I did it like 2 days prior when actually it was the...
oh yeah, somebody told me that the actual Yani was like 2 days before that or something. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, okay.
so the longest day was like 2 days before. So what they do is they during the sunset, there is a bunch of rituals that you have to do before the sun sets, and afterwards you take the fire out of the sun, and that's when you start a bonfire. So basically you clean yourself, you signal to the spirits around you that you're brave enough, that you took like the fire from the sun and you can bring it here. So people are celebrating this sort of the longest day, the longest light. It's a light celebration. Yeah. Okay. So you bring it on Earth, basically.
So it's kind of like a celebration of attaining light or attaining that energy.
Yes.
Okay.
So you keep the energy here on Earth.
I like that because I want to draw a slight parallel to it, because for Onam, so in our like Hinduism mythology, you have the angel race and the demon race, and they all used to live like kind of nearby each other, and they would have
on Earth. Okay.
And the angel race usually were in the clouds or something. My mythology is very weak, but what did happen was one of the kings from the demon race was actually one of the most benevolent kings ever known. And he had one of the most prosperous kingdoms in the south of India, like that's part of the Onam like lore. And because he was from the demon race, the gods hated this, and they basically tricked him into being sent to the underworld.
Oh.
And in return, all he asked is to come back to his kingdom.
It's like a fallen angel or something.
So, but he fell from earth to the underworld instead of from heaven to earth.
Okay.
And when he went to the underworld, the one thing he asked for is that I get to come back and see my kingdom one day a year.
Oh.
And he's this really big pot-bellied man with a giant mustache. So a lot of people dress up as him.
What?
And also around Onam, we have this thing where if anybody comes to your house and asks for food, water, or money, don't deny them, because it could be the king in disguise. It could be him visiting you from the underworld.
So we could get rich. Like, we could go to India and knock on the doors and like ask for money.
To a reasonable amount, probably.
Yeah, but you can get you can go to a bunch of houses, you know.
And as for, well, if you look well off and if you're a white girl, they'll be like, what are you coming here asking for?
No, we're using you.
You're definitely not the underworld Indian king with brown skin and a big pot belly.
But I could trick somebody. Is that the one that you showed once? You showed a picture of a tiger or something?
Okay.
Like tiger painted on a belly. That traumatized me, by the way.
Okay. So during Onam, there are these men with, again, giant bellies, and they paint their body to look like a tiger, and they have a tiger's face on their belly.
Don't look that up.
And they run around the street with music, and they shake their bellies.
Why are they doing that?
Why?
All pulikali, it's a thing that they do. You don't judge it or you don't ask questions.
I don't judge. I'm just wondering, why would somebody do that? Because this year specifically, I noticed that I don't know why are we doing some things that we're doing during Yanya celebrations, you know. That's what I realized during the fire ritual, was like the lady who was organizing, who was saying all the ritual things, she actually explained why are we doing some things that we're doing. So not only like we're taking the fire out of the sun and putting it in the bonfire, but also she explained why are we jumping over
Why are you jumping over the fire?
Because for me it was always like, oh, we're drunk, let's do something fun.
But why do you actually do it?
It's actually because you clean yourself and you show the bad spirits around you that you're brave. Because it is hard to jump over a huge bonfire.
Yeah, and you could yourself.
And it's hella dangerous, yes.
Yeah. And that is why we did it with the help of a green screen for our intro sequence.
No, we didn't. It was a real
Oh, no, it was real. It was real.
So it's really hard. And so it signals to those spirits that we're brave and we have this light around us, that we can do it like we're humans or something, whatever.
I do really like the fact that, you know, Latvian culture is a lot like based in pagan culture, and that's where it comes from, because a lot of the things that you do is like you worship nature and all the things that are associated with nature, and a lot of like the basis of Hinduism also comes from nature, because we also worship the wind, water, air, sun.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of commonalities there, and I love that.
Yeah, we have a lot of similarities in religion as well. You know, Islam, Christianity, there's a lot of similarities. So we're not that different, actually.
I mean, I feel like all religions are usually based in love. That's where everything should come from. But a lot of the times, we're not even going to go into religion. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, for me, when it comes to religion or when it comes to pagan cultures or anything, worshipping nature or the universe, and also the basis of everything being love for yourself and love for one another is sort of like a driving force.
No, I wanted to say that because I saw a lot of posts on my Facebook page with people saying that I don't celebrate Yanya anymore, and this is why, because I'm a Christian. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, but your religion has done a bunch of, you know, it's like they're saying that it's satanic or something. And I'm like, what is satanic about like worshipping light?
That is very
right?
true. Actually, that's a very good thing that you brought it up, because one of my teachers told me this, because for birthdays, you blow out the candles, you're extinguishing light.
Oh.
And the teacher was like, it's actually the opposite, because all the celebrations that we do, we are usually channeling light, bringing light into our field. But for birthdays, we're extinguishing light, which seems like the opposite. So what we started doing was we light things instead of blowing it out. So it's like we're lighting light into the next year of your life.
So you have a birthday and you put a bunch of candles on your cake and you're like, oh, I'm gonna light them up.
Out of pocket for that shit.
Yeah, light them up. I mean, you can blow them too, but at least light them up.
So that's fun.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a great interesting perspective that was given to me, because same with Yani, same with like a lot of things, we bring light into our lives.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, did you actually celebrate Midsummer this year?
Yes. So,
Okay.
okay. Most of the time I was left alone in my apartment because my Latvian flatmates went to the countryside to celebrate, Midsummer with their families and everything. Obviously, I was invited, but I had stuff going on in Riga, so I couldn't leave. And so I had mini breakdowns in the middle of things. Because none of us are perfect and sometimes you need to process your emotions. But what I did do for Yani was I will be starting a part-time job next month because, yes, Gokul is employed, because if you didn't know, influencing and content creating doesn't really pay the bills as well as you would hope. So I got a part-time job now, and the team that I'm going to be working with, they had their own event in this beautiful giant house in Marupe, which had its own pool, its own sauna house.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I was like, okay.
And they had a karaoke tent outside.
Fancy. You know that song?
Fancy pants, rich over here.
Anyway, they're gonna edit it in.
Or edit it out, we'll see.
No, they're gonna edit it in.
Yeah, so we just sang, ate a lot of meat because I feel like shashliks. Also, I wanted to ask you about shashliks.
Yeah.
It's not inherently
It's-
a Yani thing, right?
It's not inherently a Yani thing. It actually comes from Slavic cultures.
Okay.
From Georgia, Armenia. Do you know that they have such a big meat culture and grilling and stuff? But we incorporated in like the last, I don't know, 50 or 60 years since
Because
we
I
were.
feel like Yani is also a vegetarian holiday, no? Technically, without the meat, everything else is usually veggies.
Yeah, but not necessarily. It was like, when we were a part of USSR, they bring a lot of traditions from all around the USSR. So the grilling culture actually comes from Armenia, Georgia, and that was a part of USSR as well. So we enjoyed it so much that we decided to keep it. And actually, it's the best food, I think, when you're outside
And you're drinking?
and you're drinking. So a lot of protein.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I find very interesting with traditions and culture. It's that you keep saying we have to be traditional, we have to stick to traditions, but traditions and culture also evolve over time, because
Yeah,
we're not
that's true.
celebrating anything the exact same way we celebrated it like 200 years ago.
Yeah, it's the same with what I was saying about the people that were saying that, it's a satanic ritual and everything. Incorporate Christianity into it. Like, you can easily do it. We have done it with Christmas that I don't
What do you
like,
mean
actually.
by that?
I mean, Christmas is a winter solstice. And we
Right.
celebrated also, like Latvians celebrated differently before Christianity came.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
this.
yeah, it was not like a celebration of Christ. It was
Well-
something different. So we have incorporated Christianity in winter celebrations. So we don't have winter solstice anymore. In general,
It's not widely done.
yeah, in general, it's more like a Christianity is taking over the celebrations. And that's also because whole world is celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Which technically is not then, right?
It is then.
Because birth of Jesus Christ is apparently some other time. And they actually made
What?
it December 25th because it was another holiday, and they kind of mixed it together to make it mainstream.
Is that true?
Yes.
So you celebrated this year with your fancy.
Yes, but not only that. I actually celebrated with my friend, with my future colleagues, and then I went with my friends. So there was this giant, beautiful celebration at Zegushkalna Parks.
Zagushkalna Parks.
Yeah.
Zagush.
Zegushkalna Parks. Jesus Christ. So we went there, and there was a giant concert happening.
Yeah,
the entire ground
They
floor
have
people were dancing.
traditional
Yes.
celebrations. Yeah,
was
I've been
so
there like
nice.
2 or 3 years ago. Fun that you mentioned it. Was it on the 23rd?
I think it was on the 23rd, yeah.
Oh, because I posted the story. Does anybody know any Midsummer celebrations tonight in Riga and you didn't text me. So I guess I'm not your friend.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
Oh God. No, so I was actually
Yes!
going to my colleagues' place, and that was the only plan. My friends decided to go to Jagushkalna Parks. It was really fun. They had a giant bonfire, and the entire front of the stage, the people were dancing the traditional dances and everything. It was great, and I was just sitting there, just enjoying the vibes. And of course, it started raining around
yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain, and I'm so glad that public transport on public holidays like this runs for longer. And we just took a bus back to the center because taxis are expensive. It was like 13-14 euros easy.
Yeah, I was in Mežeparks and it was raining, but we decided to just it's you know, it's the longest night, so we have to, because we have to make it through
Power
the night.
through it, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually danced and
That's actually really fun.
during the raining. So it was actually very magical, but I'm actually right now very mad that you didn't invite me. Because I was supposed to go with my friends somewhere else. But like I decided to visit my grandmother because she's going through a lot of stuff right now, and so I wanted to be with her because her husband, my grandpa, was Yanis. So, and he's dead.
He's dead.
So, and he died like when I was like 5.
Okay.
And so each year,
Continue.
each year it's very hard for her, you know, she's very sad. And
Wait, he passed away on
No,
Yani?
he didn't. He didn't pass away on Yani, but like his name is Yanis.
So Yani is the name day for Yanis.
Yes,
Okay, you need to give me context. That wasn't clear. Okay.
it's a name day, and also, you know, the whole Latvia is celebrating Yani. You know, the name itself brings back, you know, the memories and stuff. So she has some health issues. So I wanted to be with her. I wanted to visit her, and also like the day prior, I was visiting my other grandmother because I wanted to see her. Because, you know, I'm so busy, I can't ever meet my grandparents. So I'm really sad when I can't go
See them.
just be with them. And the day prior, Yani, me and my grandmother, we were in the gardening. I was helping her with tomatoes and stuff, and it was like very sweet. I didn't even think about that, oh, I have to celebrate something. So when I came back to Riga, I was like I have to celebrate it, right? Because you have to stay. Did you stay up all night long?
I did not. So
So you will sleep the whole year. Do you know that? If you sleep during Yani, if you sleep on the 23rd, you're gonna sleep the whole year. Oh my God. Gokul. I got home at like 8 a.m. So I stayed up all
and
night.
then did you go to sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to see the first sunlight, and then you can go to sleep.
I mean, I did see the sunlight because I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. and the sunlight was like out around
But
that time.
officially it was like 4:32.
I saw a little bit of light and then I went to sleep.
Because we had like supposedly in the program that we went to for Mežeparks, that it said like they're gonna have like morning ritual. So I waited for it. The band was playing the music. Were playing for too long, so they couldn't have the
morning ritual.
And it was like, dude, I was waiting for this the whole night.
Is
Right?
Yani usually a big family celebration?
It is, but it's also like a big neighbor, like a big community.
Community and neighborhood sort of thing.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's not it's not specifically for the family, but also the family is included. So
Yeah, because for us, Onam is like a big family celebration. So usually, it's your grandma and your mom and everybody cooking, and then the entire family comes over. And with India, you know how we have so many extended families and cousins and everybody. So friends, family, everybody comes over and then has the food together, and then we end up in a food coma, and we're just lying there for like 3 hours. And,
understandable.
yeah.
I was in food coma this year as well. Like, I ate so much shashliks because I was eating actually for 3 days. So I was eating meat for 3 days. So yeah, you could imagine. By the way, what was the first time you celebrated Midsummer in Latvia?
So the first way I celebrated was by the Akmenu Bridge near the Grasinyaku Old Town, that area. There was this giant stage with like Yanni music and Lego songs playing.
Was it in Krastmala, right?
Yeah, November Krastamala, yeah. And there were so many different stands with food, ice cream, drinks. It was a very hot, sunny day that we didn't get this year.
Yeah, this year the weather was
And yeah, I think we just danced, laughed, ate, and just had a lot of fun.
So you didn't have by the way, did you have a leaf crown or a flower crown this year or any of the years?
In one of the years, I did have a flower crown.
That's for
the flower
girls.
but the flower crown is so much more prettier than the leaf crown. Like, this is honestly, guys, this is not even a flower crown. This is an Easter wreath that goes in the front of your house. And this, I got it from.
But it's fine because it's not really Yanni now. So.
And I got this because this is the only thing I have that is not rotted away, because flowers, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what? My friends actually did the fire tradition. So she had her flower crown from the previous year,
Yeah, but
and she
that's a
tossed it in
different-
the fire.
That's a different tradition. Yeah, but it's included with the fire.
Yes.
Yanni is crazy for girls because the most of the rituals, the most of the traditions are for the girls.
Okay.
Also, Yanni is for fertility.
Oh, okay.
And that's also, by the way, that's also why you jump over. If the couple jumps over together at the bonfire, they're gonna have a child.
If they survive it.
I mean, if they find a fairy flower in the woods, do you know?
I know about that one. I know about that one.
So yeah, it's very big.
But isn't there like a non-Yanni like superstition, like a general Latvian superstition, that if a girl sits at the corner of a table, she will not have kids or something?
What?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. No. So that makes sense. I'm 28 and
You sit at
unmarried.
the corner. Maybe it's not the man's fault. Maybe it's your fault.
Yeah, maybe it is. What I was saying was that Yanni is very big for the girls. Because girls have to make flower crowns. I'm making flower crowns. Yes, I can indeed do it. They're making it at least with 9 different flowers.
Okay.
I usually do it with 3. You could think like 9 different flowers, it's too overwhelming. Like it's not my aesthetic, basically. But usually, traditionally, at least for the flower crown, it should have 9 different flowers. And we're doing it because we want to be fertile. So you incorporate the flowers and also the ring shape.
Why is everything about having kids these days?
It's not these days. It's actually
Okay,
a
sorry.
tradition.
Back in the day. Why was everything about having kids back in the day?
Because what else can you do?
Because I feel like a lot of like Christian things are also about marrying and having kids. A lot of pagan
Yeah.
things are also about marrying and having kids.
Yeah, but what else can you do back in the day? Like you make your food, you work in a farm, and then you have children. I think
Who
the
also work in the farm.
huh?
Child labor.
Exactly. And then you make the flower crown, you put it on your head. So that means that like if you have different sort of little flowers, then you're a virgin and ready
Okay.
to get married, basically.
Okay.
If you have big flowers with roses and peonies, then you're already a wife.
Okay.
So it has like, you can distinguish who's married and who's not.
Okay. And what about like for like children, for little girls, do they have a different type of crown to wear?
Yes, they only have like a little flower crowns, usually with one type of flower.
Okay.
So young girls who want to get married, they usually have with 9 different flowers, as I was saying, but like they're little, so it's like still they're young, so, and they're virgin and ready to get married. And then during the night, so you do all of the rituals, you jump over the fire, you drink a lot of beer, you dance to stay awake, and then
you go looking for the flower in the forest.
if you manage to find a man, if the man approaches you, yes,
Then you go look for the flower.
then you go look for the flower.
And just so you know, looking for the flower is colloquial terms for sex.
Yes, exactly. And then
Did you
No,
go look for the flower?
no.
Where did you actually?
I never
celebrate-
actually do that.
Did you celebrate Yanni with your
No,
boyfriend?
I did not. I did not.
Where do you go?
Because his countryside is very far away. It's like 3.5 hours from Riga.
Oh wow.
So, and I had to be with my grandmother. Yeah. So during the night, the flower crown, it gets loose. If you ever had one, it gets loose. And when it gets loose and like drops on your neck, then you take it off and then you throw it on the tree.
Okay.
And if the tree catches your flower crown, how many times you throw it, it's how many years you have to wait for the marriage.
Ah, so if you get it in the first year, then you get married in
Yeah, but it's
next
really
year.
hard to get it on the first try. I've tried it.
Again, why is everything about marriage?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer for it.
And did you get it? Did you throw the flower crown into the tree?
No, not this year because mine got like broken up already. Like, because it was raining,
Okay, fair.
right? It was so loose, it was like broken.
What is with the weather this Yanni? Like
I
it was
don't
so
know.
bad.
It was so bad. I mean, it's not usually very bad, but it's been bad for a while. Not last year. Last year was actually
Last year
nice.
was very nice, yeah.
But like, do you know the saying "List kapayaniem"?
nah.
It says like, so it translates to, it's raining like in Yani.
So it's supposed to rain on Yanni.
Yeah, it's the saying that we have in Latvian.
Okay.
So it's supposed to rain in Yani, but like it's sort of to get like some remedy for having a bad weather around you. So.
Yeah, actually, we also say that when it rains on auspicious days or like special days, we always say that it's a good sign, especially if it's a short rain. We always say that's a good sign. It's about the earth purifying itself and, just shedding all the negativity. And it's just...
But usually it's very good because in the morning you have to wash your face. That's another ritual. You have to wash your face in the grass, and if the grass is wet, it's very easy. But if it's hot outside, you're like, oh, I can't wash my face. You wash your face because you wash the problems away. So that's the last thing actually that we're
Do you
doing.
get to wash your face today? I mean, for Yanni?
No. I was saying, like, in Measure Parks, the band was playing for so long, we didn't have the ritual in the morning. And then we were like, oh, okay. I guess we have the sunlight here, so it's whatever. Gokul, do you know that we have some modern traditions as well? Like, as we talked about, eating shashliks is also...
That's definitely not part of the original.
Yeah. Do you know that there are celebrations, like the biggest celebration for Yani is in Vecpiebalga? Do you know
Vecpiebalga.
Do you know where it is? It's in Midsummer.
Midsummer region,
Like,
okay.
basically in the middle of Latvia.
Okay.
So they have the biggest, like, it's like a festival. People bring their tents, bring their stuff and live there for 3 days.
Okay.
It's like a big festival, and usually a big singers, big bands from Latvia are participating
Okay.
at singing. So they have this one tradition that's so ridiculous. As I was saying, that Yani is about fertility. Some people took it too far in Vecpēbalga and
Okay.
decided to have a tradition, completely new tradition, to run naked.
As in run naked during the festivities?
Yes.
In front of other people?
Yes, in front of other people.
Okay, have you done this?
I was about to invite you next year.
I'd rather not run naked in front of other people.
Why not?
I have modesty issues. I will not be doing that.
Oh,
thank
you're
you.
having modesty issues. You're the one with modesty issues. I just thought about it because it's so funny and it's so ridiculous that we came up with running naked.
I love how you came up with eating meat. Okay, now let's run naked. Let's
Yeah,
make that the new thing.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? What's the next new tradition that we're gonna make up?
If you could make up a new tradition for Yani, what would you make up? Please let it not be associated with marriage. I've had enough of that.
Oh, then what else can you do?
Something new.
I thought of one. Imagine you can run with other people's crowns on your head, and each time that one falls, you have to do something. I mean, you have to do some dare or something.
Ooh, okay, so let's modify it like this. If you have to have at least 5 crowns, and when you run around the house, the number of times it falls down is the number of times it takes for you to get married.
You said not about marriage, having kids. So let's do that next year, okay?
Sure, let's do that. Let's run around the house with like a stack of crowns, and let's see who's gonna get married when.
Yeah.
At least you have somebody to marry. I'm out here looking at the sun being like, well...
Well, maybe it's because you didn't stay up all night and you didn't properly, do all of the things that you're supposed to do.
Let's see if next Yani I'll have somebody or not.
Okay, we'll see. Do you know Jan is actually Midsummer is the most
Romantic time period.
Yeah, but also dangerous.
We both went in very different directions.
Romantic, dangerous. People drink beer. First of
True.
all, that's problematic if you drink too much beer.
If you drink too much any alcohol, to be honest.
Yeah. And then people, when they are drinking beer in Latvia, for whatever reason, they decide, oh, I'm gonna drive my car.
Oh no, drinking and driving,
Yeah.
honestly, I cannot even.
This-
Also, like drowning.
Yeah, drowning.
During Yani, that's
and
also a thing.
burning yourself.
Burning yourself, Jesus. It's
Yeah.
such a hazardous festival.
Yeah, it's the most dangerous festival in the world, I think.
I don't think that is true. If you fact check it, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Because there's this festival in India, which, by the way, I don't like. It's when they literally put a spear through your mouth. Another weird thing that we have, which is still associated with, I think, religion a little bit more than celebration, is that you walk on hot coal. And it's also like, I don't understand the logic behind it, nor if you run through it or if you walk fast enough, it doesn't burn you. I don't know how it works, but it's also something that people practice more in a religious aspect rather than a celebratory aspect. Do you have anything similar to that?
Not really, no. We don't do that. Yeah, we don't hurt ourselves.
Oh, you only jump over fire.
We just jump over fire and then drink and then drive. It's not on purpose. It's not for the gods. It's not for religious anything. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
it is very, very dangerous around the time. But this year, actually, I checked the stats before coming here, and this year was one of the least accidents that we had in the last decade.
Probably because the weather was bad and people stayed indoors.
Probably yes. Probably yes. And maybe also because a lot of Gen Z, they're not drinking alcohol as much.
Right. That's actually a very strong non-alcoholic movement.
Yeah.
And recently I got invited to a non-alcoholic cocktail making event, and the idea behind that that was a lot of young people are actually looking at alternatives to cocktail. They still want to have delicious cocktails, but they want to have it non-alcoholically. So I think that's generally a trend I see coming.
Yeah, with my family, I was also drinking non-alcoholic beer, and I also like Corona beer. Zero version way better than the actual alcoholic one. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Since you said that you were drinking non-alcoholic cocktails,
Yes.
right? Not cocktails, beer, during the
Yeah.
celebration. So I was obviously drinking, having a great time. I was having my Aperol spritz, Prosecco and everything, and I was having the time of my life. Maybe I'm drinking right now. Who knows?
I'm also drinking right now. A non-alcoholic beverage.
So she says, guys, if you've noticed, the logo of Baltic Banter on the mug is in the front and not on the side like it usually should be.
Because Gokul is a very good designer.
Thank you for pointing it out. So I actually ordered these from Printful, and they're a print-on-demand company, so you can get like your t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, whatever made there. And
With your own designs.
with your own design. So this is
Yeah.
our logo that we put on the mug, and I decided to put the logo in the middle rather than on the side. So when the mug showed up, hey, the print looks great. The location, that's on me.
I mean, the quality is very good. It's just that the handle is not really handling.
The handle is not where it should be. So just like I designed it and made a mistake, I hope you don't, because if you want to make your own things and if you want to put your own designs on anything, you can check out Printful. They have a bunch of really interesting options for clothes, mugs, a lot of different things actually. So check them out.
We've been yapping for a while now, especially me.
We've been talking a lot today, and maybe it's time we call it a night.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's have a drink with our cute mugs, and see you guys next time. Comment below if you had a celebration this year and what did you do. And if you're not from Latvia, maybe you're from elsewhere. What did you do? Do you have Midsummer celebrations? If you do, please tell us about them.
If you're from the other Baltic countries, then let us know if you have some similar or different traditions and how your Baltic celebrations for Midsummer went.
Okay, Gokul, cheers!
Cheers from the space for everyone in Riga.
Check them out, guys.
Until next time,
Ciao!